Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just really confused as to what is going on with Call of Duty right now. Today, just after we got the whole reveal, the very late reveal for the mid-season update, which is dropping tonight and tomorrow between Vanguard and Warzone, Raven tweeted out another change they're looking to make for Warzone, and it's another one that frankly just does not make sense. We talked a few days back about how they're looking to make some adjustments to ADS times to hopefully indirectly raise the TTK and slow down the TTK some, and that in and of itself was already very controversial. Today though, we've got another series of tweets that, well, like I said, I'm just confused, man. So as we go over it all, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. It would be seriously appreciated. And of course, if you're new to the channel or if you have not already subscribed, every single day I got you covered with all things going on in COD, news, updates, loadouts, tips. It is all right here. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. So this is Raven's initial tweet. The cash economy, don't forget the money bag emoji. The cash money bag emoji economy in Warzone is one of the core pillars of the experience. With that in mind, we recognize that the current experience lends to an overabundance of cash. Mo money, mo problems is what they're saying. We're working towards a more balanced approach. Updates will come as we hone in on a solution. So essentially, what this first tweet is saying is, hey, we're gonna nerf the cash. There's too much cash in Caldera right now. They follow this up with a quick, as always, we see and appreciate everyone's feedback, so keep it coming. This is where I'm confused though, because I don't feel like people have been complaining about having too much cash. This to me doesn't really create a large issue in Warzone. In fact, there's easy ways to solve this, but also appease another huge issue in the community. Basically, what they're saying is that in-game, people are finding too much cash, and throughout the game, they have too much cash. We'll read on with that in just a moment, but I feel like there's a few reasons why that is. For me personally, yeah, chests do spawn in a good amount of cash. At times when I'm trying to buy back my teammates and I need $4,000, it seems like they never want to, give me some cash, but there's a fair share of cash to find in chests. However, early game, you've got nothing to spend that cash on because obviously you can't buy loadouts anymore until the first one comes in at the start of Zone 2. So for the first, 5 minutes of a game plus, everyone is just saving cash. Maybe a few teams will buy a UAV or a self-revive maybe, but for the most part, everyone is hoarding their cash. Then they get a free loadout and they've got this surplus of cash right away at Zone 2. And then the next zone, you get a fire sale where everything's discounted. You get self-revive for free. You get a UAV for $1,200. You don't have to spend a lot of money to actually establish yourself in game and get geared up and get your UAV. You can come out with an advanced UAV up. Everyone's got self-revives and only have spent $4,000. So you're not going to have to deplete your cash supply. You can just keep on rolling, and then you're going to have $15,000 for the rest of the game whenever you need it. If the fire sale is gone, you can still afford everything in the loadout, in the buy station rather, a loadout, a UAV, everything. It does not matter. So all throughout the game, you're going to have an abundance of cash. That's not because there's too much cash on the map. It's because there's nothing to spend it on. You also factor in now contracts. Let's look at the bounties, for instance. You can get a regular bounty and, it's all fine and dandy. You get the kill, you get your bonus. But now we also have the big game bounties, which allow you to actually bounty teams more than once, potentially. We've had it multiple times where I'm being hunted by a regular bounty for 3 minutes, disappears, and then 2 minutes later, my friends are getting hunted by another bounty, which was not a thing before in Verdansk. And if you get those contracts completed, that's even more bonus money stacking on top of each other. And then you get the advanced UAV, you go out, you kill other teams, they have that surplus of cash because they didn't buy a loadout, they only spent a little bit at the buy station, you kill them, they're gonna drop way more cash than before. So there's a series of events here that's leading to cash not being, I think, overabundant throughout the game, it's just not being spent. There's a surplus of cash because everyone's hoarding it. I don't necessarily think that it'd be that much different from Verdansk if we went ahead and we changed the loadouts. Because early game, what are you spending money on? Goes back to the initial point. Let's scroll down here and read what Teep said, because they actually replied to Teep here. Maybe if we could spend 10K early game on something, that would help. What do you know? The loadout problems. So to this, they actually responded saying, this is a multifaceted topic that's being looked at from several angles by the team as we step through all feedback on Caldera's experience so far. They followed that up by saying, we're aware of feedback regarding the loadout adjustments, so they're clearly aware of us wanting them to revert the loadouts, both for and against the change. I'm not sure who's against the loadout change. So the pacing of this is being reviewed. That said, players are accumulating more cash than intended over the course of the entire match in both Plunder and Battle Royale. That leads back to what I just said. The reason players have so much cash all throughout the game is because no one's spending cash anymore, because it's just not an incentive to spend a lot of money when you can't spend it at first, then everything's discounted 5 minutes later, right? Now, if we go back to their original tweet, I also responded to this, and it seems like it's getting fairly good feedback so far. I said, I feel like this could be easily countered. By the way, if you don't follow me on Twitter, you should, because you can see these high quality tweets right away. Feel like this could be easily countered if loadouts were available prior to the first drop like before in Verdansk. If there's more cash to find, you could even increase the price of loadouts before the first drop to $15,000 or $20,000, and then just bring them back down to $10,000 after the free ones come in case you want to buy a second one. Just a thought. Now that to me is two birds with one stone, right? They're worried about there being too much cash. As we've established, there's nothing to spend cash on, so everyone just hoards it throughout the game. If you have loadouts available for purchase at the start of the game, when your team finds $20,000 off the rip because the chests are, plentiful, they can actually go into a buy station, spend $15,000 of that, get a loadout right away, and suddenly they're down to $5,000 as a team. You might want to get some armor plates, maybe a muni, maybe you wait for the fire sale and get a couple of UAVs, but then after that fire sale's done, unless you're going out and killing players and increasing the pace of the game, you're not going to have much cash throughout. And other teams will be doing the same thing, going through, getting their $15,000, their $20,000, whatever it may be. It makes you scavenge a little bit more and a little bit more aggressively at first because you want to get that loadout in and try and get some other players taken out before they can get theirs. Speeds up early game, and then mid game, once everyone's established, players are going to be more, confident to push and to work around because it's just going to be, more familiar when you can run around with your guns. They also mentioned to Teep that they're worried about the pacing of the game, but then I'm also confused because a couple of days ago as we talked, they want to slow down ADS speeds, which would also hurt the pace of the game and cause players to play more passively and more slow. So they're just sending mixed messages in my opinion. I do appreciate the communication, and I love when we get tweets like this that say, hey, we're looking into changing this. Look out in the future for some more updates on what could be changing gameplay. But what they've communicated recently doesn't really feel like they're trying to put the best version of Warzone as a priority, because this to me is not a problem. And if you really think that having too much cash is hindering gameplay in Warzone, again, you can fix this by making gameplay similar to what it was before and making Warzone Warzone. What separates Warzone from Fortnite and from Apex and from Super People is the fact that you can get your own custom weapons with your favorite attachments, with your favorite camo, except now it's extremely limited, and sometimes you're not even able to do that more than once in a game, and if you die after you get it, good luck getting it back again, because that's very unlikely. It doesn't make sense why they're trying to make Warzone feel more like a generic BR instead of make it feel like its own unique thing, and especially with these routes that they're sort of previewing they want to do here, like I've said multiple times, it's just weird and confusing. Now, luckily, this is not a set in stone thing. Obviously, they do say that they're working towards figuring out a solution for this. So hopefully our feedback here between all the tweets they're getting and maybe even this video, we can actually get to a preferred solution, one that doesn't hinder gameplay even more. So let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. How would you solve this overabundance of cash issue that they seem to not be a fan of? Very curious to see what you guys have to say, but that's going to wrap things up for this one. If you enjoyed the video, or if you like the points that I brought up here, let me know by dropping a like on it. It does share the video around and helps it get out to more people, so you never know if we could have a positive impact. And also, if you're new to the channel, you want to stay up to date with the outcome of this situation and everything else going on in COD, this is the place to be. Feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.